The latest Cisco 350-501 SPCOR dumps are newly updated for your CCNP Service Provider certification. 1. Egress PE-NAT is being used via a single centralized router to provide Internet access to L3 VPN customers. Which description of the NAT operation is true? A. Users different VRFs cannot share the same outside global IP address. B. The NAT table contains a field to identify the inside VRF of a translation. C. Multiple address pools are needed for the same L3 VPN because each site has a separate NAT. D. The different L3 VPNs using the Internet access must not have IP overlaps internally. Answer: B. 2. Which statement about segment routing prefix segments is true? A. It is linked to a prefix SID that is globally unique within segment routing domain. B. It is the longest path to a node. C. It is linked to an adjacency SID that is globally unique within the router. D. It requires using EIGRP to operate. Answer: A. 3. Which statement about Network Services Orchestrator, NSO, is true? A. It is used only in service provider environments. B. It can be used only with XML coding. C. It uses Yang modeling language to automate devices. D. It must use SDN as an overlay for addressing. Answer: C. 4. Which task must be performed first to implement BFD in an as-is environment? A. Disable Cisco Express Forward.ng on all interfaces running routing protocols other than is-as. B. Configure BFD under the as-is process. C. Configure all ISIS routers as Level 2 devices. D. Configure BFD in an interface configuration mode. Answer: D. 5. How can shared services in an MPLS Layer 3 VPN provide Internet access to the customers of a central service provider? A. The CE router can establish a BGP peering to a PE router and use the PE device to reach the Internet. B. Route distinguishers are used to identify the routes that CEs can use to reach the Internet. C. The customer VRF uses route targets to import and export routes to and from a shared services VRF. D. Static routes on CE routers allow route leakage from a PE global routing table. Answer: C. 6. Which statement about the Cisco MPLS TE forwarding adjacency feature is true? A. It enables the headend and tailend routers to establish a bidirectional tunnel. B. It enables the tailend router to advertise routes to the headend router over the tunnel. C. It enables the MPLS core to use EIGRP as the routing protocol. D. It enables the Cisco MPLS TE tunnel to be advertised into the running IGP. Answer: D. 7. You are configuring MPLS traffic engineering tunnels in the core. Which two ways exist for the tunnel path across the core? Choose 2. A. Tunnel links inherit IGP metrics by default unless overridden. B. Tunnels can be configured with dynamic path or explicitly defined path. C. A zero bandwidth tunnel is not a valid option. D. The bandwidth statement creates a hard reservation on the link the dynamic path option is supported only with as is. Answer AB. 8. An engineer is trying to implement BGP in a multi-homed architecture. What must the engineer configure to influence inbound path selection? A route map with weight attribute to control the inbound traffic. B. An offset list to set the metric for routes received from neighboring autonomous systems. C. An access list to identify traffic and enable it on both of the provider-facing interfaces. D. A route map with as _path attribute to control the inbound traffic. Answer D. 9. Which is the benefit of implementing model-driven telemetry in a service provider environment? A. It reduces the number of network monitoring tools that are necessary to verify device statistics. B. It increases the efficiency of SNMP by pulling system data to requesting servers. C. It reduces or eliminates the need to monitor Layer 2 traffic between switches. D. It uses reliable transport to push information to network monitoring tools. Answer D. 10. The network team is planning to implement IPv6 on the company's existing IPv4 network infrastructure. The network currently uses is to share routes between peers. Which task must the team perform so that ISIS will run in multi-topology mode on the updated IPv6 network? A. Configure the links between the network routers as point-to-point. B. Configure the network routers to use metric style wide. C. Configure the network routers as level 2 routers. D. Configure the as IPv6 metric on the dual stack links. Answer D.